Hi boys and girls. So today I'm going to show you how to do the Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is used to compare two different things. And so what we're going to be comparing today are the two stories that we heard this week. We're going to compare the original version of the story Cinderella, and we are going to compare it to the story Prince Cinders. Now, Venn diagram is used to compare and contrast two different things. So when you're comparing, you're seeing what is the same about them. And when you're contrasting, you're seeing what is different about them. So to create the Venn diagram, what you need to do is make two circles. So you get your piece of paper and make a circle. Oh, a little crooked there. I'm working here sideways. And when you make your second circle, the second one needs to overlap the first one a little bit. So I'm going to go. And that way you have this little space here in the middle. So on one side, we're going to give each side a title. So this one we will put Cinderella. And on top of this one, we are going to write Prince Cinders. Okay, so what we need to do is, over here we need to think and write things that only happened in the story Cinderella. And here, we're going to write things that only happened in the story Prince Cinders. And in the middle, we get to write things that happened in both of them. And the good thing too about Venn diagrams is you don't have to write complete sentences. You can just do point form. Remember I showed you point form. It's when you do make a little line and then you write your information after that. So to start, you have to think of who was in the story, what happened in the story, where did the story take place, why did certain things happen, how did certain things happen. So we can start off with who was in the story. So in Cinderella, the character was a girl. So we just need to write girl. And in Prince Cinders, the character was a boy. Who else was in the story? Let's think. So Cinderella had stepsisters. So all you need to do is just put another point underneath and then you can write stepsisters. What I like to do and what helps me is when I think of one thing for one story, I try to think if there's an opposite. So Cinderella had stepsisters. So what did Prince Cinders have? Stepbrothers. Let's think of something. Can you think of anything that was the same in both stories? Think of a character. I thought of the fairy. Even though the fairies were different, they both were visited by a fairy. Put here fairy godmother. Oh, I went outside of the line a little bit. Okay, so do you see how that works? So on this side, things that only happened in the Cinderella story. On this side, things that only happened in the Prince Cinders story. And in the middle, things that were the same. And as you're doing this, again, ask yourself, who was in the story? What happened? Where did the story take place? Was the setting different or was the setting the same? What happened at the end of the story? That might be something that can go in the middle. Did the characters lose anything? You can also think about when did the magic wear off. Okay, so go through the story and think of things that you can fill in each of these sections. Thank you. Bye-bye.